Alright, hello everyone, it's your boy D-Alber here with the late deck profile of the week or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, I did a special Wear Painters deck because it's one of my favorite decks ever on Thursday, so go check that out if you are interested in that. But if not, today I bring you the highly competitive win the YCS of your choosing best Fairy Stone deck profile. For July 2020, we still don't have any panelists and everything. But this is something I've been kind of working on for a bit. I just couldn't get 3 spell cards, so I've been stuck with this for a while. So I've had some time to play test. Obviously, more of a casual deck. It can definitely work depending on the strategy you go for. But I don't know. You could do this with generally the 3 structure decks. You don't even need 3. Honestly, you could probably get 2 and just get the remaining cards. But yeah, it's not expensive. It's fun. It can make your friends rage. Let's just start with it, shall we? Um, but yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna start with the fairy monsters. We run 3 Bountiful Artemis. Gonna put that race face. 3 Guiding Array. Yeah. This one, when you activate Counter Trap, you can draw 1 card. It's really good. You generally want to have it on board. The Guiding Ariadne, it's the one that came from the structure deck. You can activate it as a pendulum, and you do not pay the cost of activating trap cards. AKA, do not discard, you do not pay life points. That's really good. It's something you want, because otherwise you're just gonna run out of life points and cards in your hand really quickly. But yeah, not much to add. If it's destroyed, you can add like counter traps. That never comes up though, so don't count on that effect, really. It's just more of the preventing you from going out of resources. We also run 1 Minerva, gains 500 attack each time you get a counter attack. I mean, you have to activate a counter trap. And you can add 1 counter trap every time you resolve one if you have Sanctuary in the sky. Sanctuary in the sky. I run 2 Barrier Statue of Heavens. This is the main floodgate. It's pretty much there can only be one on legs, but not really. It just prevents your opponent from special summoning things that aren't light. As you might be able to tell, we're almost all light monsters, so that's good. Honest, I run 2 of them for battle protection, because generally, if you have a really bad hand, you're just gonna, normal summon barrier pass, and if they can just normal summon a beat stick that has 11 or more like 1050 attack, they can just run you over. So yeah, this prevents you from just immediately dying. And to finish up the monster lineup, I run Sacred Archknight and 1 Bandalgion. These are the cards that are kind of weird. They're okay at times, but you don't really want to see them a lot. You can banish 3 fairy monsters to special summon it after you activate a counter attack, but it's generally a brink, you don't want to see it. This one though, if you negate the activation or something, you can special summon, and depending on if it's a monster, a spell, or a other trap that you negated, you get different effects. That one's fine to draw. It's a bigger body for you to run around, but it's dark, so it kind of conflicts a little bit with, your barrier and stuff. But it's fine. You don't really see it often. It's just a win more card, I guess. And by win more, I mean break a little bit more, get in game. Because as you can see, all of the attacks of the monsters are really low. But anyway, that's it for the monsters. That's a low monster count. I had it a little bit bigger, but I found that you breaked a lot and you had a lot of normal summons or a lot of spells. So I try to balance it out a little bit. Dice of Breton. This is a 3 of course. You could target 1 monster, special summon 2 monsters with the same attribute, type, and level, but different names. It's really good. You cannot conduct a battle phase the turn you activate it, but you don't care about that. It's generally a turn 1 card. So if you can have any of your normal summons, you can use it and get your barrier and honest generally for battle protection. I'll show you. This is not really a combo deck, but I can show a little bit of what you can do. Then for Barshat, these are actually the cards I couldn't find because I didn't want to buy 3 structure decks because I had already most of the cards. 3 Sanctum of Barshat and the 1 Sanctum in the Sky. This one is really bad, but it's a fourth copy of Barshat, so you kind of need to run it, especially because it's a good card. Your favorite monsters your favorite monster can 300 attack and defense. Actually, I think it's only attack. Pardon me. You can target 3 of your fairy or counter traps in the graveyard, uh, bring them back into the deck, and sort them 1 to 3. The order of your choosing. That's good recycling. You know, you'll kind of get stuck on the same cards forever, unless you have the Bountiful Artemis. But if you can get that combo up, you'll have enough resources that your opponent won't be able to play. Then for our draw cards, I run 3 Pot of Desires. This is the reason why we run 2 Barrier Status and not only 1. 2 Pot of Dualities, and 1 Upstart to Goblin. I really like Desires. Pretty much free plus two. You don't really have combo pieces or anything you're afraid of banishing. Even if you banish your 2 barriers, it's fine because the 2 cards you're gonna get are probably gonna be counter traps, so you'll be fine. Just to put off dualities, I only run 2. I don't really like it in this deck, but you kind of need the draw power for your first turn. So yeah, this is if in case you don't have Parshath or you don't have enough cards to activate Parshath, you just hope and pray you get a card of your choosing. You cannot special summon the turn the turn you activate it, so you can really use, of course, Ties of the Brethren the same turn. But it's whatever. And Upstart Goblin just to boost a little bit of the consistency of the deck. Because I feel like it's kind of bricky, so I dropped the ratio to pretty much 39 cards. And the last 2 spells are 2 Super Polymerization. Speed 4, really self-explanatory. I'll go into it later. I think that even though the counter traps are pretty good, sometimes they're not enough. So having another blow-up option that your opponent doesn't expect is really good. Moving to the counter traps. I run 2 Rebirth of Parshath, 2 Divine Punishment. This one is only negate. You only need to have Sanctuary of the Sky in the field. This one I don't run 2 of because it's a really needy card. You can. It's an negate as well, but you have to have a trap on your hand, a counter trap. You rebuild the hand, then you can negate and discard the card. And discard 1 trap from your hand. You obviously don't discard it if you have a Guiding Ariadne, but it's still really needy to not being able to place another counter trap on the field. Therefore, I only run 2 of. I think this is fine, especially because you can't research your Parshaths. So yeah, you don't want to see all 4 and a normal summon, because that's gonna be really bad for you. Then I run 2 of each Solemn, the Solemn package, 2 Strike, 2 Warning, and 2 Judgment. And I guess just to finish it off, I run the 2 Grandhorn of Heavens. And yeah, I stole this card from another deck profile I saw. I didn't realize it was. I don't really like it because you give an opponent your +1, but it's really good in this deck just because how needy it is sometimes. The other things, pretty basic stuff, negate whatever the hell you want. There's not much to explain there. I'll just know that you will end your opponent's main phase, they go into battle phase, they can you go into main phase 2 and continue their combos, special summoning and stuff. So that's a card you could probably cut. I run 2 of the draw drop, I think it's called. The one where your opponent draws a card, they discard it. It's better for simpler games, but not really that good in the current meta, I would say. Anyways, moving to the extra deck. The extra deck is weird because you don't roll a lot of lights here, but it's just situational. You really never want to see it. Use the extra deck. You could probably change the Pot of Desires for Extravagance, but this is kind of a dumb deck, so I don't think you should go out of your way to buy them. If you have them already, that's fine. I run the 1 Nightmare Phoenix for generic removal. Hippo Shingen for the boost in light types. 1 Parshath monster. You can special summon this with the. Oh, I forgot to mention. When you activate your what is it called? God, I forgot the name. Rebirth of Parshath, and it effects you can special summon 1 Parshath monster from your deck or extra deck. So you can special summon this guy. You really never have 3 materials on board to special summon him, so it's a good addition. You don't really have a good card to special summon, so having him on the extra deck is pretty nice. Cause you can go into access code talker. So the combo, because if you call this, you activate the Rebirth Parshath, negate the activation, special summon this guy. Next turn, link him off with whatever material you have to get to access code talker. You get 1 pop. by banishing him from the graveyard. And yeah, you have a 5300 beater. That's it for the Link monsters. You don't really need a lot of them. As I said, you never go into the extra deck. For the XYZs, these ones you see a little bit more. Gagaga Cowboy for time, especially because you're gonna have a really grindy game with this. You're not really that good at finishing games off. So yeah, game 3, really good to see. Iblson Zorn, just for the ability match kind of deal. And again, really good in simplified games where both your opponent and I are on really low resources. You can just link it up, destroy their board, and continue your memes up. One Bakuska, negate your opponent's monsters. A really good floodgate for the deck. And a Beast Dweller that stops your opponents from doing funny stuff on the graveyard. Then I guess the Avenging Parshath. You can probably cut this down. I really never summon it. He's just a quote unquote big bistic. But with the Lynx monster, you don't really want to see him anymore. I would just play him if you like run the Parshath. The Extravagance, my bad. And then we just have 6 Super Poly monsters. Siren Venom, Violet Chimera. Uh, for dark types, there's a lot of dark types. Salmon Great is kind of meta again. Mud Dragon for Rogue. Uh, you know, Cyber Dragon stuff, Pendulums, and whatever Cyber stack is on, like Mariensis or something like that. I don't know. They pop every once in a while. So yeah, I guess the ideal combo for this would be something like this. You normal summon any of your 4-star monsters. It's whatever, Bar of Statues. Then you can resolve your Ties of the Brethren, paying 2,000 life points. To special summon 2 level 4 monsters. Obviously, it all depends on your hand, but you're generally going to get Bountiful Aramis. And if you don't have an Onus on your hand already, special summon that. You paid 2,000 points to activate this card, by the way, but you don't really care about that. Then just return the Onus, activate its effect, return to hand, so you have the battle protection in your hand, and you still have, I guess, 3 more cards in hand, so it's okay. They're generally going to be counter traps, which will give you even more, more cards by the opponent's face. If you want to make this better, you could probably run some hand traps in case you draw them and you can keep interrupting your opponent. But as I said, this deck is kind of tricky sometimes, so I wouldn't recommend just loading up on hand traps, because I don't think there's a level 4 hand trap you can run. If there was, you could probably go out of your way to add that to the deck. But yeah, anyways, that was my stun kind of counter fairy deck for this profile. This format. I am sorry, I'm kind of tired. But yeah, any questions, as always, I'll try to answer them in the comments. If you want to download the deck to test it on, online services or something, I'll leave a link there down there where you can find the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro decks. I think that's the page called. Yeah, link, and you can download it from there. Let's see a little bit of the small explanation, or just if you didn't want to watch through all of this, you can read it there. Anyway, subscribe if you like. Follow me on social media. All that stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.